Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Okay, what is going on, everybody? And this is your boy Juggernaut097, and I am back with a Juggernaut Retro Review. And this is episode number 31 of Juggernaut Retro Reviews. And it's been a while since I have made a Juggernaut Retro Review, but you know what? Since, it's around the New Year's, I go like, well, why not make a retro review? Like I said, it's been a while since I made one of these. And the retro review that we're going to be doing is WWE New Year's Revolution 2005. And this show was held January 9th, 2005 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And the attendance for this show was 15,764. And the big main event on this show was an elimination chamber for the WWE Championship. And this was a time when they were doing the whole, the whole brand split and all that. So this was a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. But before we, go any further in my review, go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter at TheTrueJSB. And if this is your first time ever checking out my YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. That really helped me out a whole lot. And let's go ahead and get started with this review now. So like I said, WWE New Year's Revolution 2005. And, basically, the cover boy for this show was Batista. And, they were kind of centering around the show around Batista a little bit, kind of like planting the seeds, like, Batista could be going far, he could be a future star in WWE. But, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the first match here. So the first match that we had was a tag team match for the World Tag Team Championships. Yep. We had Eugene and William Regal going up against Christian and Tyson Tomko, which Eugene and William Regal were the champions going into this match here. This was a decent match, alright opener. Eugene, he's a very hilarious character, he's someone who, you never really took seriously. And on the other hand, William Regal, he was, more of like a serious, serious wrestler, had more of that European wrestling style. He's really good in the ring. Like, I think he's very underrated in my opinion. William Regal, back in the Attitude Era, he's very, very, very good. Very good career he had in WWE. And his character is very good. His in-ring skills is good. And then, we had Christian and Tyson Tomko. Tyson Tomko, he really didn't have much of a career in WWE. I mean, he was basically Christian's, heavy, like the bodyguard for Christian. And this was the time when Christian was doing the whole Christian coalition type of thing. And that's when Christian was like doing this heel run, which this is probably some of the best stuff that Christian has done. His best like singles run that he had like in WWE before he went to TNA. But no, this was an alright match. The match ended like really weird. Like Eugene, he got like injured in the match. Like he injured his knee some way. I don't know if it was like kayfabed or if it was a real injury. But the referees had to like come in and like check on his knee and stuff, And Tyson Tomko and Christian, they were kind of like playing it off. They were like, "Oh, what like go on, what do we do?" So they were just like targeting Eugene's knee earlier, like later on in the match. William Regal even got busted open in this match. There was some blood on the show and stuff. I mean, more blood than we get these days. But I mean, it was a decent match. Eugene ended up, kind of when Christian and Tyson Tomko, they were both in the ring. Christian and William Regal, they spilled outside the ring. And Tyson Tomko had his back turned, and Eugene rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3. So still the tag team champions were Eugene and William Regal. I mean, yeah, like I said, it was a decent match. Nothing too crazy. All right way to open the show. I don't think this match is anything you guys need to go out of the way and watch, but like I said, it's all right. And then the next match we had was the WWE Women's Championship. We had Trish Stratus going up against the women's champion Lita. Now, the whole storyline behind this feud was, so Lita, she just kind of came back from her injury, her neck injury, and they had the whole Snitsky thing going on. Because Lita and Kane, they were together on screen and stuff. And then Snitsky, he did something like he drop kicked or he hit Kane from behind, and then Kane fell on Lita, and kind of like re-injured her neck or something, so she had to go to the hospital for a while. And then Trish Stratus, she kind of came into this picture like calling Lita, pregnant and stuff, calling her fat and all that. So that's basically the whole gist of this feud. And which Trish Stratus and Lita, they had some great matches during this time. Great matches in the Attitude Era. Like, these are like during this time in the era. These are like my favorite women's wrestlers. And, it's not like anything around this time, where, because this time we were starting to see like more bra and panties matches, which, I don't mind seeing that and stuff, but like I'd rather see these women work and see what they can do in the ring rather than see them all for their boobs and butt and like ass and stuff like that. Like, I'd rather see what they can do in the ring. But this was a very, very short match. Lita, she kind of got injured in this match. She kind of injured her knee, and like Trish Stratus targeted her knee during the majority of the match. But the match like ended up like in a roll up, and Trish Stratus, she became the new women's champion, which I think this was actually a real injury because they took her off TV for a while, and so I think she kind of like re-injured her neck or something to that extent. I need to do more reading on that because, I didn't really, I was really young at this time, so I don't remember much about this. Like 2005, yeah, I was very out of WWE at this point. But yeah, Trish Stratus was your new WWE Women's Champion in this match. Like I said, I wish the match was a little longer, but I understand, if Lita if Lita was injured, they didn't want her to continue more in the match. And then the next match we had was the Intercontinental Championship. We had Shelton Benjamin defend the title against Maven, which Maven, of course, won Tough Enough. Which Maven, I love how he cut a promo like on the Puerto Ricans there. He's very much a heel. He said some, kind of like racist stuff. That wouldn't go over today's WWE. Because how sensitive this, people are these days in society, not just WWE, but just in general, what I mean? This wasn't really, there wasn't really much action going on in this match. Maven just basically cut a promo saying, speak English, the stuff like that. He goes like, I can't understand you. And like, it was hilarious. Maven was doing some pretty good stuff on the microphone. And then he finally got back into the ring, and then Shelton Benjamin hit his finisher for the 1, 2, 3 to retain his championship. And then Maven was complaining that, that was an unfair win. That match didn't count. That he wants to fight Shelton Benjamin again. Shelton Benjamin doesn't have any balls. He was like, Maven said, it was funny. He said, this, Trish Stratus, you and Trish Stratus have something in common. You guys don't have any balls. So I thought that was funny. And then Shelton Benjamin goes like, "Oh, you want to have their match?" And then got back in the ring. It was like a 5-second match. Shelton Benjamin like rolled him up for 1, 2, 3. And Shelton Benjamin won 2 times in a row. So I feel like, they were kind of squashing Maven here, which is unfortunate. Because Maven, he's not too bad in the ring. And, I kind of want to go back and watch the Tough Enough show. I mean, it is on Peacock and stuff, so I kind of want to go back and check it out. Check out that season. But yeah, I mean, nothing too special about this match here. And then the next match we had was Muhammad Hassan with Daivari going up against Jerry the King Lawler. And Jim Ross was in the corner of Jerry Lawler, which was there any commentary for this match? I don't think there was. I can't remember. I watched this show a few days ago. I don't think there was any commentary for this match, which was very odd and stuff. Well, I mean, it was all right. This match got about like 11 minutes. And that's what I'm looking here on Wiki. It got 11 minutes, which this match did not need to go that long. Which I think this was the time when Muhammad Hassan debuted in WWE. I don't remember what the whole storyline behind this was. And then, of course, the following year, Jerry Lawler had another match. But that was against Gregory Helms, which I'll talk to you about that one in my 2006 review. But yeah, Muhammad Hassan did end up winning the match. I really don't remember how. I was like zoning out of this match. I did not care about this match at all. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this match. This was a few months later, like in July. They had that whole TV Hassan, or what, that whole TV thing going on. With the whole bombing thing going on. And then they had to take Muhammad Hassan off TV because of the whole stuff that was going on. I mean, Muhammad Hassan, his character was all right. His in-ring skills was all right. But, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for, what happened with him. But, yeah, the next match we had was Kane going up against Gene Snitsky. It wasn't my fault. So, basically, the whole storyline behind this feud was Gene Snitsky injuring Lita. And then Kane and Snitsky, having a series of matches. They had a match at Taboo Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, this was an alright match for a Gene Snitsky and Kane match. I mean, 2 big guys going at it, Very slow-paced action, in my opinion. Like, there wasn't a whole lot to see, If you're more a fan of the fast-paced action, this match is not for you. But Kane did end up getting the victory and basically kind of ending this feud here. And I didn't think Snitsky was that bad, which, his famous lines he always says is, "It wasn't my fault," which I love that by Snitsky. But other than that, like I said, slow match. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, like I said, it was alright. And Kane won. So, yeah. And then next we had was the main event for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. So, like I said, basically, throughout the night, Batista... Or, like, Randy Orton went up to Batista, like, earlier in the night and said, "Hey, don't listen to what Triple H is telling you." Basically, Triple H is... Because, we had the whole Evolution, together, which Randy Orton recently left Evolution. And, basically went out on his own. But, Randy Orton was saying, "Hey, don't listen to Triple H. He's just basically using you to keep his World Heavyweight Championship. Turn your back on him, like maybe we could work together and take out Triple H." And basically Randy Orton's trying to get some strategy from Batista. And then later on the night we had Batista and Triple H talking. Batista basically saying, "Hey, I'm not going to turn my back on you. I didn't give him any information." and saying that his loyalty lies with Triple H and Evolution. Batista was saying that. So there was kind of an uncertainty like where Batista's loyalty stood. Which, they were starting to kind of plant the seeds like for that big WrestleMania match that was going to be happening. Hindsight 2020 and stuff. And of course, Batista was on the cover of this pay-per-view also. So, they were trying to make Batista, one of their next big stars in WWE. But the competitors that we had in this match were, so we had Triple H. And like I said, this was for the vacant World Championship. And then Randy Orton was also in there, Batista, Chris Jericho, and Shelton Benjamin, and Chris Benoit and Edge. So the first two that started it off was Edge and Benoit. Who got eliminated first? It was Edge. Was it Edge I got? Yeah. No, sorry. It was Jericho and Benoit who started the match first. Yeah, Jericho and Benoit started the match first. Which, they did some, alright stuff in the ring. But no, Edge got eliminated first because... How was it? Oh, I remember now. Shawn Michaels, he, Edge put his hands on Michaels. And then Michaels super kicked him. Gave him a switch in music, and then Jericho, did he do lion salt? Yeah, he did like a lion salt, and then Edge got eliminated because Edge didn't want to be in this match. He wanted Christian to be in the match because he didn't like that. Edge didn't like that Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee because he felt like he was going to get screwed, and he did get screwed in the match by Michaels. Yeah, so Jericho eliminated him, and then we had Benoit get eliminated second. And that was from Batista. Batista eliminated... He was on a rampage in this match when Batista finally came out. And Batista was the final person to come out because they did a whole beat the clock challenge. And Batista beat the clock. He beat every competitor, everybody's time. And Triple H was upset about that, leading up to this pay-per-view, going like, hey, the whole idea was for Triple H to, win to beat the clock. But Batista won. So like I said, it's kind of planting the seeds there a little bit. And I like the kind of stare down we had when everybody was down and Batista and Triple H kind of looked at each other. Like, could Batista turn on Triple H here? And Batista, he was getting some cheers, he was very, he was getting some boos also because, he was still a heel in Evolution. But yeah, Batista eliminated Jericho and Benoit, and then it came down to Batista, Orton, and Triple H. And Batista and Triple H had this double teaming Orton until Randy Orton hit an RKO onto Batista, and then Batista was gone. No, he hit a low blow on Batista and then hit the RKO, and then got to 1, 2, 3, and Batista was gone. And then it came down to Orton and Triple H, which Ric Flair ended up getting in the ring and trying to help Triple H. And basically the whole, the reason why Triple H retained was Batista here. That's the reason why he retained, because Batista gave Orton a spear, and then Triple H gave Orton the pedigree, not once but twice, to get to 1, 2, 3, and Triple H was the new World Heavyweight Champion. So, yeah, it was a good Elimination Chamber match. Not the best Elimination Chamber, but it was a star-studded, Elimination Chamber because you had the. You had the whole Evolution in there. You had Jericho, great wrestler. You had Edge, a great wrestler. You had Benoit, fortunate with the stuff that happened with him, a few years down the road. but I won't ever take away what he's done in the ring, which is some great work what he's done in the ring. Because, you know, I can separate what he's done in the ring and outside the ring. I can separate that. I don't take away his wrestling ability. But yeah, like I said, you know, it was an alright match, and like I said, and then, you know, of course, at the next pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble, that's when Batista would end up winning the Rumble, and then going on to face Triple H at Mania. Of course, we all know what happens when Batista beats Triple H at Mania. You know, the rise of Batista here, and of course, you know, the rise of Cena on the other end. But yeah, I mean, this was a good match here. Like I said, actually no. What was about to say? I just lost my train of thought there for a minute. So yeah, that was my New Year's Revolution 2005 review. I don't really recommend going to check out the show. You know, I don't really recommend checking it out if you don't need to. You know, I just checked it out to just review the show. But if there is one match to go back and check out, it would be the main event, the Elimination Chamber match. Other than that, the rest of the show is kind of forgettable, in my opinion. The opener was decent. Nothing crazy. I wish the women's match went longer. But of course, you know, we had the injury with Lita. Yeah, I say the only really match you need to go check out if you want to go back and watch the show would be the Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship. But yeah, that was my New Year's Revolution retro review for 2005. My next retro review is going to be for the 2006 installment of New Year's Revolution. And then I'll be doing 2007. And also, today is the day of day one, so I'm going to be having a review probably tomorrow. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out. And I'll catch you guys in my next video, so peace out.